Welcome to the channel. Here, we provide clear, actionable insights into the complex world of tax and accounting to help your business thrive.
You know that feeling, right? You're going through your mail and bam, there it is, that official envelope from the IRS. Your heart just drops. It's pure stress. But what if you had a clear playbook to turn that panic into a plan? Well, that's exactly what we're going to build today.
This is a real message from a business owner. And man, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It captures that exact feeling of dread perfectly. If you've ever felt this way, you are so not alone. It's a common experience, and more importantly, it's totally manageable.
So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to figure out what that letter actually is, build the right mindset and strategy, make sure you understand your rights, and then finish up with a really crucial warning about scams. Let's get you prepared.
Okay, first things first, and this is probably the most important thing to remember, an IRS envelope does not automatically mean you're facing some full-blown, life-disrupting audit. The very first step is to figure out what they've actually sent you. You know, IRS communications really come in three main flavors, and each one has a totally different severity level. Most of them are just simple notices, a balance due, a question about your identity, maybe a refund adjustment. Low stress. The next level up is a correspondence audit, which is all handled by mail. It's more serious but manageable. And then you've got the big one, the field audit. That's when an agent shows up in person. Just knowing which bucket you're in is the first step to bringing that anxiety way, way down.
All right, let's start building your playbook. Believe it or not, the foundation of a successful response isn't about finding the right documents. It's all about your mindset. How you approach this process is going to determine pretty much everything.
And the first and most important rule is, do not panic. Seriously, take a deep breath and read the notice carefully. The IRS is almost always looking at one specific thing for one specific year. So if the notice is about your 2021 business return, that is all you need to worry about. Don't start spiraling about 2020 or your personal deductions. You got to stay within the lines they've drawn.
Second, you absolutely have to understand who you're dealing with.
We have got to bust a huge myth right now. The auditor is not some all-powerful judge. The reality? They're a government employee with a caseload, and they're just following internal guidelines. They're human. They can make mistakes, and their findings can absolutely be appealed. This really puts you on a much more equal playing field than you might think. And the third piece of this mindset puzzle is all about timing.
Look, this whole process is a marathon, not a sprint. I know your gut instinct is to get it over with as fast as possible, but that can really work against you. IRS agents are juggling a ton of cases at once. They have zero incentive to rush yours. Rushing just leads to mistakes. So the key takeaway here, embrace the slow pace. Patience is one of your most strategic tools.
Okay, with the right mindset locked in, let's get practical and establish some rules of engagement. This is all about how you communicate and interact during the audit process. So when the IRS sends a request for documents, it's often called an IDR. Your response has to be incredibly disciplined. Step 1, answer only the exact question they asked. And step 3 is just as important. Do not volunteer extra info. Don't give them context, don't tell a story, because that can accidentally open up whole new lines of questioning you don't want. Be precise, be controlled.
Now here's a perspective shift that's a total game changer. You're not there to fight the auditor. You're actually there to help them close their case. Think about it. They have to justify their decisions to a manager. So if you provide clear, organized proof, you make it super easy for them to agree with you. You're basically giving them the ammo they need to rule in your favor.
Now, while the process is slow, your responsiveness is non-negotiable. You have to meet the deadlines they give you. But if you can't, don't just blow it off. Requesting an extension is completely normal, and it actually shows you're cooperating. It's a sign of diligence, definitely not weakness. Okay, let's move to the final part of our playbook, understanding the rules that protect you and the team you really need in your corner. This is all about knowing your structural advantages. So here's something you need to know about, the statute of limitations. Generally, the IRS only has 3 years from the date you file your taxes to even start an audit. So for a return you filed back in April 2022, that window usually slams shut in April 2025. This timeline is a hard stop, and believe me, it gives you leverage. Now, as that 3-year deadline gets closer, the auditor might ask you to sign a form to extend it. And here's the key thing to know. You do not have to agree. You have the power to say no. Deciding whether to grant that extension is a huge strategic choice, and it's one you should definitely make with a professional. And that brings us to this. For anything beyond a simple notice, hiring a tax pro, like a CPA or a tax attorney, is absolutely essential. They act as a firewall between you and the IRS. They keep you from making emotional decisions or saying too much. They handle all the stressful back and forth because they know the game inside and out. It's an investment, for sure, but it's an investment in a much better outcome.
Okay, before we wrap this up, I've got one final and really critical warning for you. Scammers absolutely love to prey on the fear that an IRS letter creates, and you need to know exactly how to spot them. Please listen closely, because this could save you a world of hurt. The IRS initiates any serious contact in only one way: an official letter sent through the good old-fashioned U.S. Postal Service. That's it, period. They will not cold call you, they won't text you or email you, or send you a DM on social media threatening you. Any of those, it's a scam 100% of the time.
So, the biggest takeaway from all of this is that an audit isn't a guilty verdict. It's just a business process. A complicated one, sure, but a process. It has rules, it has timelines, and has strategies that you can navigate. So the real question isn't if you'll get a letter one day, but are you prepared to manage the process when it finally arrives?